Hi, I'm Melanie Goulding here with Kevin Leigh, the author of Automotive Wholesale Simplified, How to Profit from Wholesale and Not Feel Guilty About It. Kevin, I gotta say, why do you say not feel guilty about it?
Well, quite frankly, a lot of dealers, in fact, over the years, we've heard this idea that if you profit from wholesale, you must not be putting enough money in every trade. And that's so not true. With the tools we have today, vAuto, Red Bumper, Dealer Track, Dealer Socket, we've got many ways to get the number right on the appraisal, whether it's MMR, price to market, price to season. If we do it right, and then we take the car and we make a little bit of money on it on wholesale as well, let's say $200, $300, $400 in wholesale profit, should we feel guilty because we made a little money even though we did everything right? No. So that's what this book is really about, is to show you that that's not the case. You can do both. You can get the number right on a trade, be competitive in your market, and still make money on wholesale.
Very true. Good point. So Kevin, I've read through this book quite extensively and I've gotta ask, what's the purpose for this book?
So I think the main reason I wrote it was to have dealers, particularly franchise dealers, take a hard look at wholesale operations again. I think it's something that's long overdue. And it's a great time because there's now 5 or 6 different options for you as a dealer to wholesale cars. I mean, up until recently, you had 2 choices. You could sell the cars to your buddies, or you could take them to auction. Well, now there's companies like Trade Rev, which are a trade appraisal service. You have companies like Wholesale Inc., where they have it's a large wholesale chain that'll buy cars from you. You have companies like Auction Simplified that'll help you run a bid sale. So there's so many choices. This may be the one time in history where car dealers can really take back wholesale operations and stop paying for outside services to wholesale their cars. At the age of the internet, I know we've heard that a lot, but now the age of the internet is caught up to wholesale, and we can really, for the first time, I think, become our own wholesale operation and be the auction.
So what makes this book proprietary to other books on the market?
I think the unique difference is that we're car guys. We were born into the car business. This is all about car dealerships. It's really about dealers taking back the wholesale department from third-party vendors and becoming their own auction. I don't think there's anybody talking like this. I haven't seen any articles in any major magazines or any books lately about this topic. So I think it's long overdue.
How many years of experience would you say you and your partners have in the car business?
Oh, thanks, Melanie. I'm the oldest one on the team. There's a lot. We're car guys. We get it. My partner Dave started as a lot kid. I started working for my dad when I was 13. This is our business. This is what we do. Software is a small part of the wholesale simplified method. It's really about processes and profit.
Yeah. If I were a used car manager or a franchise owner, what would make me want to pick up this book?
I think it's a really good time to revisit wholesale operations. Like I said before, there's so many things happening in the industry. This is one area that seems to have remained kind of untouched. I mean, other than Dale Pollock's book a few years ago, talking about used car operations, there's really not been that I'm aware of, a book that focuses just on the wholesale and ways for dealers to stop needing to outsource or lose money or feel guilty about wholesale operations. I can't tell you how many meetings I've sat through where we go through the financial statement, and I remember watching used car managers kind of squirm when we get to the wholesale line. I really don't want that to be the case. I want used car managers to be profit heroes. I want them to be the type of people that come back at the end of the year and say, look at my paycheck. Look what it's done this year because I've been able to grow my profit in my department by $200,000, $500,000, $1,000 a car. What's wrong with that?
So I noticed in part 4 you talked about enhancing your own bid sale. Could you elaborate on that a little more?
Sure. Yeah, so we founded our company based on what we saw in the industry, which was a bunch of dealers deciding to run their own silent bid sale auctions. And one of our first questions was not to copy it, but to how could we enhance their sales? How could we grow their businesses? Could we add some software, some technology, some crowdsourcing, and give them a boost to the business they already have? These are some proud people that have done a great job in the industry. They've bucked the system. They've debunked the idea that you have to take cars to auction. So we wrote it in a way, and actually a series of questions, what if questions. And the what if questions are, for example, what if your office staff had great software where they could track titles and they could bundle the cars together and look at the profit as a whole? We asked, what if you had 9,000 buyers instead of maybe the 90 or so that you have at your auction today? These are things that are, common in the industry when you add some software and some focus and some market. You create this thing that one of our dealers called crowdsourcing for wholesale. Mm-hmm. And we're just really proud of the fact that whenever we've taken an existing bid sale and we apply the automotive wholesale method to it, they seem to succeed, in some cases by 3 and 4 times.
Very good. I noticed you had 3 dedications in your book. Do you want to explain those?
Yeah, we dedicated it to the people that really founded this company, founded the Wholesale Simplified method. My father, born into the car business too. I mean, obviously he was the founding force behind my success. Mm-hmm. Dave's best friend Karen, who unfortunately died of cancer, I really believe she roams the halls of our company. I really do. And Phil's father, 9 kids. And one of the things Phil told me about him is the word I can't didn't exist in their household. I mean, imagine living in a life where you can never say the words I can't.
Right.
What are you going to accomplish? And that's really where this book came from.
Okay, so Kevin, thanks for doing this interview today. Do you want
course.
to tell everybody how we can get this book?
Yeah, it's on Amazon right now in both paperback and Kindle, and hopefully by the end of the week the audio version should be out, so you can download it from Audible as well. So just go on Amazon and search for Automotive Wholesale Simplified, and we can put a link at the end of this video if you want as well.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.